Over the next week, 8 real estate agents will compete for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to work for the #1 realtor on Long Island, the sales giant himself, Bryan. This will be an opportunity to change their family tree forever.
This is the Real Estate Protege.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. How you doing, guys? Very excited, yes. I will, definitely. Always giving my 100%, so I believe in me, and yeah, I think I want to win this. Not at all, not at all. I mean, it's a big opportunity, and I know that they want the best, you know, so they're really looking at, I will say, every angle, and no, they've been fair.
I feel good. I feel ready. Yesterday was definitely one of the toughest days, but I got through it, and I feel like if I can get through that, I feel a little more confident about getting through today. I feel like their judgment is spot on. I probably would have done the same exact things they've done this far if I was in their shoes, so I stand behind it.
Morning.
Morning.
Congratulations on making it to the final.
Thank you.
How you guys feeling?
Good.
Good.
Did you sleep at all last night?
Yes. Definitely.
Like a baby?
So.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
You guys nervous?
Very nervous.
What do you think we have planned for you today? If you were to take any guesses.
Well, you've seen us on a team, so now I think you're just going to break it down and really test us individually and try to dig deep.
Same assumption. So, you're not going to be given a lot of information today about anything. You'll be given challenges, and you're really going to be tested in a lot of different ways. I recommend today you give everything 100% of what you got, because we're going to be looking at a lot of different things that we haven't looked at yet, that we'll discover today, how it works. Momentarily, you'll be asked to go into a car. You won't know where you're going, you'll be blindfolded, and you'll receive further instructions from there. Any questions?
The one thing that is certain today, there'll only be one person left at the end of the day. And someone in this room, JB and myself, will accept your resignation. Wish both of you the best of luck.
Thank you.
What's going to happen next is you're both going to be blindfolded. You're going to travel alone. There'll be absolutely no speaking unless there's an emergency. You're going to be dropped off somewhere in Long Island, and when you're dropped off, you'll find out what will happen next. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
So you were somewhere in Long Island.
Okay.
So you have 1 hour. Being a real estate agent, you have to know everything about Long Island. Here's the address of where you need to go. The only thing is no cell phone. Cell phone, please.
I left it at home.
I left it at the office.
Perfect.
Okay.
You will have the camera guy with you.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, and I'll see you in an hour.
All right.
Good luck. See you in an hour.
I'll see you.
You're following me?
Good, I'm very impressed. How did you find it?
Just knocking the door and that's where I was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You knocked on a door and asked where you
that's
were.
what I do for a living.
Yeah, unbelievable. So the reason we put this challenge together is the way I started my business was by door knocking. Okay? So today with COVID, we're not going to have you door knock, but we're going to have you do, and the next challenge is there is 100 flyers. Okay, whenever I sell a property, the first thing I do, Manny, is I knock every door in the neighborhood and introduce myself.
Okay.
So today what you're going to do is you're going to put these flyers like this. Once COVID doesn't exist anymore, you'll be able to go and introduce yourself. And if you make the position on the Bryan Carp team, you'll say, "Hi, I'm Manny from the Bryan Carp team. We're so excited we just sold your neighbor's house and we still have buyers looking in the area." But for today and for today's challenge, what you're going to do is you're going to put them on the front door. So you walk up like this.
Okay.
Okay. Or if the door is locked, put it right underneath the mat.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. So you got
Does it have to be your shelter or any house?
any house in this area, and then you'll come back here.
Observing the neighborhood because I knew, how could you just give us an hour to get to the road? Then I started door knocking, but I had nothing to give them. So I was like, that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to know the surrounding area. So I tried to figure out, all right, well, between Bell Avenue,
Did you find
Fort
it?
Avenue.
Yeah, how did you?
I knew where the house was
Okay.
because you dropped us right off Shelter Road.
Yeah, so you found shelter
So
right
it's
away.
like an hour to do that? No way. That's when I started door knocking, but I had nothing to offer them. They're not gonna let me in.
Your first task was just to get here. So good job. You got here. So now your next task is you have 1 hour.
I'm gonna be on everybody's ring camera. Do you see the crazy lady in the red? Running all over my grass? What is she doing? But I'm gonna take my shoes off.
Oh my God! How'd you do?
You got rid of them all?
You're incredible.
Wow.
And you're not even in flats.
I had to take them off for like a little bit.
Amazing.
But after I finished the houses, I took them off.
Oh my God.
Just because I hate shoes.
So
Well
this is how I built my business. And the first door that I went to was the hardest door, and that was 13 years ago. And since there, every single door has been easier and easier and easier.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
Great job. Sit, relax in the car.
Okay, thank
Good
you.
job, Andrew.
Thanks.
The hill to literally the T. Literally the T on the minute. Manny,
Manny, you did it.
you got rid of all of them?
Huh?
You did every single one?
Every single one, boss.
Wow.
Unbelievable. 10 years ago when I started door knocking this neighborhood, nobody knew who I was. And the hardest door was the first door I did 10 years ago. Now every single door is easy. Because most of the doors already know who I am. And if you become the Real Estate Protege, they will know you're a part of the Bryan Karp team.
Of course.
It's the power of taking action, and it's the power of doing it every single day.
Every single day. Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
Great job. We're proud of you.
Dude,
Thank you.
we can get in the car and
Have a
warm up.
seat and warm up.
Have a seat in the back.
I'm actually ready to take my.
We'll go. Relax. Andrea, she's wearing like a not a high heel, but like a mid heel.
Like a boot, like
a
whatever,
boot.
yeah.
She literally. So I want everyone to understand this, okay? So we gave them 100 flyers. Normally, I would have them knock on the door and introduce themselves, but for today's challenge, it was just distributing 100 flyers in 1 hour, which is 60 seconds. So
Yeah.
if you break that down, what is that? 45 seconds per flyer? And we're in an area where the terrain is up and down, and some of the houses you really got to run up. Like, I don't think I could do it.
No, I was expecting them to finish it. I really wasn't. And these hills are crazy.
These hills are crazy.
And you know what? These guys, they found the house fast.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when they pulled up, I was just shocked that they literally, to the minute, came back within the hour. And they didn't have a clock on them. They didn't have time.
Yeah.
They don't have their phones.
Yeah, they
didn't
don't have phones. Marco, I think, looked at the sun, and he was able to tell, his coordinates. It was unbelievable. This is going to be probably the hardest decision that I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how I could let one of them go, but I said only one person is going to be the Real Estate Protege.
Yeah. And they just made that decision harder.
Whew. Wow. I'm going to tell you, I went to bed last night, I didn't sleep a wink, and I don't think I'm going to blink all day. I got to keep my eyes on them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Awesome.
All right, well, on to the next challenge.
All right, let's do it. Have you ever dreamed of a career in real estate? Today, your dreams can come true. Coach Real Estate is hiring. 90% of the first generational millionaires were made through real estate. Let's make you a part of that 90%. Contact us today.
Now that they're done handing out the flyers, let's see how they do it real people. We brought them one of Bryan's listings where they're going to be actually doing a listing presentation with his existing clients to see which one would earn their business and also show the property to prospective buyers where they would decide who they'd rather work with.
Hi.
Welcome, guys.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you.
So this challenge will be a little bit different than your last challenge. There'll be no running the neighborhood. There'll be no outside in the elements. But this one is really going to test what you learned yesterday. So these are two developers that I've been working with for a very long time. This is Maria and this is Alex.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Andrea.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I do about 10 projects a year, and they've given me this project, and both of you are going to do a listing presentation for them. They are hiring the Bryan Karp team, but one of you will be the point person on all of their projects going forward if you become the Real Estate Protege.
So Andrea, you want to go first or you want to go second?
I want to go first.
Okay.
All right, Andrea, now it's your opportunity to pitch yourself.
Okay.
And this is Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Maria.
I'm Maria. Andrea, nice to meet you guys.
Manuel, nice to meet you. Maria.
Alex, nice to meet you.
Alex, nice to meet you.
How long have you guys been working together?
Couple of years now.
Yeah.
6 years.
And you work pretty much just in this area, or?
Welcome.
Well, thank you for your time. I would like to start by telling you a little bit about myself.
No, we basically look at houses that need a full rehabilitation that we can kind of recreate and put a nice family into, and they can be happy here. So
100%.
that's our goal.
Okay. Well, great.
So we're looking for the right person to run this for us.
Right.
How long are you in real estate?
2 years.
I've been in the real estate industry for over a year and a half as an assistant. My wife is a real estate agent. Now, just because I'm new to the real estate world doesn't mean that I'm new to the world, right? I'm 29 years old, and the past 8 years worked in the restaurant industry.
So I will be making all of the showings, even if there is buyers accompanied by another agent. If you guys would like me to be here, that way they don't miss any of the details. I have no problem doing that as well.
That would be great.
You got it.
Have you ever put together a marketing plan?
So I have spent a lot of time trying to learn how to work with people, trying to build rapport, and those little details that make the difference when we build a relationship. Even though I only have a 1.5 years of experience as a real estate assistant, I just want to mention that I do have 24 hours, and that I'm trying to use every second of them to do my best and learn as much as possible to, if I have the opportunity, work with you guys.
For our home, yes.
Okay, what would you do to market this one for us?
So for me, I have a social media background, photography background. So the first thing that I would do is I would get the best photographer in here. I would do drone footage, video, floor plan, Matterport. That way, when a buyer is interested, we could send them all that information, all of the the Matterport, the 3D. They could actually tour the house before they step in it.
I like it. I like it. You use some good keywords there. Relationships, opportunities. Those are all important because that's what we work off of.
Yeah.
We work off of relationships and opportunities every day in this business because if we don't have them, we can't get our house sold for the money that we need to.
Of course, I heard from JB that you don't work with houses, you work with people. Right?
Correct.
You don't get to talk to houses. Houses have no emotions.
Correct.
We actually work with people.
Right.
We run the people business.
So we can run Facebook ads, we can run Instagram videos to really get the word out. Especially if you're looking for a family to move in, you want to reach a younger generation, and most of the time they're on social media.
That's understanding details of the house, but how would you market it to the masses? So how would you bring in customers to us? Like what would you do?
Like marketing? Like what resources will I use?
So
Oh.
if marketing is basically, if we're talking about a Pepsi ad, they're showing young people drinking Pepsi, they're showing them on the beach having fun. That's marketing. That makes me want to drink Pepsi.
Of course.
How would you make people want to buy this house? Like what
Would
are you
you
going to
offer
go?
us
Are you going to go on the websites? Are you going to, how would you take pictures? Like what is your vision for how this house would be marketed?
Choosing a right marketing company, it's like an investment when you want to promote your services, right? In this case, I will hire someone to take the best pictures as possible from the best angles, like Bryan does. He gets a drone, take it from all sides. He gives a very specific description of the house. He goes through different platforms in the internet, like Instagram, Facebook. I haven't had the opportunity, but I've always dreamed to do small videos and guide people through the houses.
Okay. How much do you charge for commission?
So my team charges 5%.
I don't know. I don't want to go that high. Can you do it for 4?
So
Because we have spoken with some agents that
Right.
we are interviewing other
Right.
agents.
Of course, yeah, other agents aren't going to provide what we provide. So what I can do for you, if it's not co-broke, then we can go down to 4.5.
If I work with him, I will work under his terms, and I think I will, because I will pretty much see him as a mentor, and I will, like I said, try to use as much of my time to learn everything I need. I think I'm worth 5%, so I will stay with the 5%.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just want an agent that's going to be, on top of it, like Alex said, and that we could get a hold of, because I don't want an agent that
Right.
I can't get a hold of, is not
Right.
returning phone calls, texts.
Right. Yeah, no, I will have my phone on me. You guys can contact me any hour of the day.
Okay, great.
Sounds
All
good.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. We'll
It's a
be in
pleasure
touch.
meeting you. Okay.
Okay. We'll be in touch.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
It's a
Thank you.
pleasure. Alex, Maria,
Great to
right?
meet you. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Both of you guys are great actors. Asking all the questions, I really felt like you were home sellers. I thought I was going to lose the listing.
He understands the process.
The hustle.
The hustle, but also what it means to build a business, I think.
But Andrea, she's already sold a bunch of homes.
Yeah.
She's someone who could possibly just start working tomorrow. What is your feeling on that?
Yeah, definitely. Her detail orientation in terms of, knowing what to do.
Who did you, if you had to just pick one of them, which one would it be?
She was excellent.
So what Andrea and Manuel do not know is that Maria and Alex are actually agents of mine on my team and not developers and home sellers.
How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Good, thank you. Appreciate you asking. Okay, so I have buyers outside. They just read the property. They're gonna come, I want you to actually show them the property now. You're gonna be evaluated on your ability to work this, understand the property, and everything else. Do you know how much this house is? It's $389,000. So give it a moment and I'll send you out there.
Yeah. Okay. How do you guys find out about the property?
We saw it on one of the listings that he had.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you get to see the pictures?
I get to see all of it. Yeah.
Okay.
She
Nice
actually,
selection.
I think she found it.
And then?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to see it today.
Okay.
Just so you know, I would like to, is it okay if I start with the kitchen?
Okay. Oh, this is a flip?
Yeah, so this is all new construction. So we have quartz countertops. Go ahead, you guys
Oh,
can
thank
open
you.
up. You have subway tile, backsplash, all brand new appliances.
This house, it's oil,
Okay.
countertops of course,
Okay.
stainless appliances.
So, they're all brand new?
They're all
Yeah.
running. Yeah.
I guess electric. Is there any gas?
Yes. So, no, there's no gas
Okay.
in this home. The oil tank is actually above ground, so you guys don't have to worry about that.
Do they have gas on here? Because I live in Queens, so we have gas over there.
No, this one is oil.
Oil?
Yeah.
Is there any offers on the house?
Not right now.
Okay. Is this laminate or is this like,
It is laminate.
yeah?
No.
You know, so if this is something that you would really like,
Okay.
I would, try your best to be as aggressive as you can.
Is that settling or is that, it's like worked?
It looks a little work, to be honest.
Probably the carpet didn't cut it right.
Okay, are you guys working with an agent or are you just kind of starting
No,
by
we just
yourself?
started, yeah.
Okay, great. Well, if you guys don't love this house, I'd love to show you anything else you'd like. And I can also take down your email and send you some others
Yeah.
that I think you'd be interested in.
I'll definitely give you one. I don't have one with me, but I'll definitely run to the park to get one.
Oh,
for you.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have a card?
I don't have my card on me. I apologize. I can give you my number.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
All right.
So nice to meet you.
too.
Good luck.
All right, take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, thank
Is it okay if I call you tonight, tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds good.
All right, thank you.
so much for your time.
Nice meeting you.
It's a pleasure.
Take care.
All right, so basically what they didn't know is you're a friend of mine, and Walter is Walter Florian, who's a real estate broker in Long Island, in the Charlotte area. So we wanted to have the professionals gauge the to-be future professionals. So, and Gina, thank you so much for coming out, Walter.
Thank you.
So what do you guys think of Manny?
You know what? I think that he was nervous as well.
But I think he tried a little more to be more personable.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Give me some like elaboration.
So, he just was a little more engaging. He smiled a little more and was a little more like welcoming and trying to find a way to connect to things. Like if Walter said something, he'd make a joke of it and he'd laugh and roll right into it.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a little less nervous than she was. They're both great,
Yes,
great people.
Yes, they're both great.
Andrea, what kind of sales was hers?
You know what? If I might, like,
Please.
she's more professional in respect to.
She's been doing it 2 years. Manny's
Yeah.
never done it before.
Yeah, she's just a more like more direct, to the point kind of person.
Sometimes I'm about energy and feeling. Like, who did you guys just connect with? If you were going to say, Bryan, this could be a great team member. Remember, there were team members, a reflection of me.
Manny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a lot to deliberate here. I mean, it looks like, first of all, with the flyer handouts, that was just amazing. They both killed it. And then here it looks like we have to really measure out the pros and cons of what's going to happen.
Absolutely. It was really interesting to hear, when it was husband and wife or two different people, each one of them kind of fell in love with one of them and the other one disagreed.
Yeah.
I have no idea. JB, it's almost the end of the day. I'm going to have to make a decision soon.
I know. They just make it harder and harder and harder for us. We're trying to look for cut and dry. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I was hoping that somebody would stumble or set off the fire alarm, or flood the house. Like I need a reason, but I can't find a reason.
Yeah. All right, let's head back to the office and see what we can do.
All right, terrific.
Now that it's all business, it's time to get personal. Look, when you're on Bryan's team, you're not just on his team, you're part of the family. So what better person to bring in than Bryan's wife Jessica, who's CEO of the Karp family, to meet Manny and Andrea both one-on-one to get to know them more personally to decide who's the best fit.
Have a seat, Manny.
How you doing today? Jessica, right?
Yes, nice to meet you.
Come on.
Manny, 13 years ago, I got my real estate license for one reason. I wanted to change my life and my family's life. I was tired of the 9 to 5. I was tired of worrying about money. I was tired of struggling. There was not one person that I spoke to that really believed in me, except Jessica. So I brought her here today to meet you, because if you become the Real Estate Protege, you will become a part of the family. We're really interested to hear about you and your family.
Okay. So I'm engaged to a wonderful guy. We're supposed to get married in August of this year. He is Filipino, so he comes from very traditional, big family.
So I'll tell you pretty much a little bit of everything about me. I grew up in El Salvador. I came here when I was 21 years old. My father came here when I was 2 years old, and he's the one that asked me if I wanted to come. He lives in California. He already has his family. I came, lived with him like for 6 months, and even though his family was very respectful.
And when I had met him, I was going through a tough time because my parents were going through a really rough divorce. So I pretty much gave up hope of family and having kids, because I just saw everything that my parents tried to do and create literally just disappear in a matter of a year, months.
Everything was okay. We never had any problem, but I had family here in New York too. So I decided to come to visit them, and I loved it. I loved the place, and I decided to stay here. Started working right away the same day. I already had a job at Applebee's as a cook. I didn't know anything about kitchen, but my uncle had a lot of people that he knew, and he got me the job. So started working. Then realized that $10 was a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was $10 an hour, so it was a lot of money for me.
So I was very discouraged about just love in general. So and I grew up Catholic. And if anyone knows anything about Filipinos, very, very Catholic people. So when I had met him, it gave me the hope again. And I didn't ever stop believing in God, but it made me find my faith again and get that connection back. So I, was introduced to his huge family.
Then he told me that there was another place that he could get me a job as a dishwasher, and I definitely took it. I was taking 2 jobs. I was working 2 jobs, work a lot, and I started to find out how I can improve. I read a few books about self-improvement, so I'm really into that. So I started seeing that servers made a lot of money, right? So I learned everything I had to learn to become a server. I worked into that, and became a busboy and a food runner and a server. After that, I left those Applebee's. I left Outback, and I went to work for Dave & Buster's for a few years. Then I got another job in a catering hall, which is when I met my wife. That was I think 3 years after.
His mom, that's her only son.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
Which is funny because he has 2 sisters and I have 2 brothers. So I'm the only girl, and he's the only boy, and that's why I feel like we balance each other out, because I'm a little bit of a stronger personality because I grew up with boys, and he's patient and laid back, and he's just calm, he soothes me.
I met her, we connected a lot, and we pretty much fell in love really quickly. So we moved together. It was easier for us since I rented an apartment. a studio. So it was gonna be cheaper.
Yeah.
So we moved together. She introduced me to her parents. Like they were really, really nice. They accepted me. They were really open to know me, and they trusted me, especially. So we started working hard in restaurants a lot.
When I had met him, I found my hope, and I was like, wow, I could have a family and I could have kids, and I can break that vicious cycle of divorce and just so many things.
Was it always bad with your parents, or it just happened at the end and then that kind of turned you so much off to a relationship?
Funny that you said that. So I grew up with a close family member who suffered from addiction, very, very badly. So years of my parents dealing with that, it just completely destroyed the marriage. Not just blaming him, but
Sure.
it's you're afraid your kid's gonna die. Your kid's stealing. It's insane.
But we had that feeling that we were not getting anywhere. Once we met, 6 months after, we decided that we wanted to have a baby. Yeah. So we thought we wanted to be financially stable before having a baby. But then I was like, I'm already 27. I don't want to be 40 when my baby's 10 and not be able to play with her. Let's do it now and let's just work hard. And we did it. We decided to do it. Right now she's 3 years old. Her name is Isabella.
I'm so happy that you found your soulmate and you found someone
Thanks.
that you
Thank
really
you.
even when you speak about him you just glow.
Yeah, his name's Lewis, and he's in school to be a pilot. So he has
It's
2 or 3 months left of school, and then he has to be a certified flight instructor.
Is all your family here now?
My mom's still in El Salvador. Yeah, my siblings too. It's just my dad in California, a few aunts in here, and then it's just me and my wife.
We met teaching kickboxing. So, right away we both were interested in fitness and just bettering ourselves, and we were teaching, in front of classes, and we were inspiring people.
Is that how you met him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
After that, we wanted to make more money, more serious in the restaurant business. I wanted to become a manager, work hard, got there, and realized that it was the worst. It was I had to work 50 hours a week and getting paid $60,000. I started doing the math, right, and I was like, this is not worth it.
Close with your parents?
I am. My mom lives in Florida.
Okay.
She lives in Boca. And my dad is remarried, and he lives on the island.
Okay.
My dad is I'm closer with my dad.
You have your license? You took the test?
I just took the test. Yeah.
Did you find out if you passed yet?
Yeah, I did. I passed.
Listen, I totally know you would never give up. I've
Yeah.
never seen anything
Yeah.
like this when we gave you the flyers. If you break it down, it's literally 100 flyers in 60 minutes, which is 45 seconds per flyer. It's incredible. And you did it in shoes, and
know.
that you're like, listen, I gotta win this. You took your shoes off, and you're just running around taking care of it.
Yeah.
You could look at a situation and see where you could better yourself. When I was young, I got into the bar business, the restaurant business, just like you, because I was always a hustler. I always had a hustle. And I started off as a bouncer. I'm like, this is a cool position, I'll be a bouncer. I stood there real serious, and I got paid $100 a day. And then I was talking to the guys that were barbacks, and I'm like, how much money are you making? And they're like, 150 a shift? I'm like, that's me. So I left this position of being cool bouncer to be the barback cleaning up garbage. And then I start talking to the bartenders, and I'm like, what are you guys making? And they're like, 300. I'm like, boom, that's my spot. So you have the same skill that I had, was you could look at a situation, you could analyze it and say, okay, where do I want to maneuver myself to better myself? And that really impresses me about you.
Thank you.
It's a special trait that not everybody has. Andrew, regardless if you become the real estate protege or not, I'm so confident that you are going to be mega successful at this business.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for sitting with me and Jessica.
Thank you for the
So
time.
nice to
It was a
meet
pleasure.
Yes.
We'll talk to you soon. all right?
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for
Yes.
that.
Nice to meet you.
Meet you.
All right.
Incredible,
Yeah.
incredible candidates.
Yeah, no, she's great.
and she's
Got a
been
good-
playing a flawless game. But you see, he's starving. He is starving.
Yeah.
To
No,
win.
but a lot of the stuff he's saying, like just that, you just need that one. You say that all the time.
Yeah,
That's
she's
a
been
big
playing a
deal.
flawless game. She's great. She
didn't
really
even
is.
look tired.
She didn't even look tired.
She
She's
looks
been
like she
here
could go another
early,
couple blocks.
smiling, like excited and charismatic every single morning.
You've coached people and said the things that he's regurgitating back.
Even though his story is slightly different than my story, it's very similar story, and that's why I gravitate towards him so much.
Yeah.
And the thing I really like about her is that she's been doing real estate for 2 years.
Yeah.
So Manny, listen, no one could argue with you that his drive and his hustle is barred
With experience.
none to anyone, but Andrea already has experience. Like, we could just throw her right into the mix and she'll start succeeding, making money, and getting those little wins. English is his second language, and he's mastering it. And he's just not afraid. And I love how he bettered himself from the dishwasher to the busboy to the waiter. It's just a different path to where I am.
Yeah.
And when it gets tough, they don't mind pushing a little bit further. And she has that.
Yeah.
She really does everything that she did. The football game, she was yelling at the other people.
Yeah.
Mandy is someone who, and you know, time is my biggest asset, my biggest struggle.
Yeah.
And Mandy is someone who's going to need some more attention. He's someone who says it, and I believe he'll do it. A lot of people say it,
No, he's
and it never comes to reality. But unfortunately, tonight, I can only choose one. Have a seat. Tonight is a much, much different night. Tonight, we're not focusing on someone getting fired. Tonight, we're focusing on someone getting hired. There's nights in your life that define moments where almost time stands still, where the seconds are frozen on the clock. Tonight, for one of you, that will be the night. There's nights that stand out in your mind and in your life that you will remember forever. Tonight, for one of you, that's the night. Both of you, from the second you came up the elevator, stood out. Both of you had the energy that I look for in someone to be a part of my team. From the first competition, Andrea, You are incredible. From the second you walked up here, I knew you were a competitor. I knew that you weren't going to allow anybody to beat you at anything. Manny, you're just like me. You're a grinder. You're a hustler. And whatever it takes, as long as it's ethical, you're going to do it. Manny, I still am having trouble wrapping my head around the lie. It's very important to me that all of my family are 100% honest with me from the start.
Of course.
Andrea, you've been in the business for a little while now. And today, with the showings and the listing appointment, you were still very nervous. You still just didn't have it. But when I see you in other capacities, such as athletics and tasks, you crush it. You're a beast. Ryan, you've been here for a long time over these 4 days. What kind of advice do you have for me?
I think they're both would be amazing pieces, right? I think in some aspects, some outweigh the other, right? But I think from a couple discussions, you know which one is outweighing the other one. You know, Andrea, that fire in your eyes, like you definitely have it, right? To get out there and you know, taking your shoes off, running through the streets, right? Just to go over a couple of the things, right? Manny, the communication, you just zoning in and just watching you put that cabinet apart, right? Showed you how you can just get a task done. So I think both of them got some features that would be a huge addition to your team.
Manny, you're brand new in real estate. You haven't sold one house. Andrea has been doing it for a little bit. What is your feeling on that?
Like I said, when I had the opportunity to talk to Alex and Maria, I might not be new. I might be new in real estate, but I'm not new to the world. I might not have a lot of experience in real estate, but I do have 24 hours a day that I'm willing to squeeze every second to know what it takes. Today, with the 100 houses that we did, that like I could have gone like all day. That's me. Nothing's gonna stop me when I've been waiting for 8 years to have a work permit. Now that I have the opportunity, I just promised myself that nothing's gonna stop me.
There is no doubt in my mind that both of you guys are incredible competitors. Champions. This competition started with 8, and tonight it's down to 2. And very soon, it's going to be down to just 1. one person's life will be different very soon. JB, you've been through this from the first Monday morning, 4 a.m., Tuesday morning, 4 a.m., Wednesday morning, 4 a.m., Thursday morning, 4 a.m., till 9 o'clock every night. What do you think?
So, Andrea, when I look at you, I see someone that there's no barrier that can stand in front of you, that you can't just top. Every single thing from the moment you walked in here, you were willing to take full responsibility for, not even knowing what's next. When you succeeded, you earned that win, and when your team failed, you owned that too. You ran around today barefoot to be able to drop off all these flyers. You're the only contestant that hasn't told any lies to us since you've been here. That is very impressive.
Thank you.
Your spirit's very strong.
Thanks.
Manny, we noticed the suit you come in with every day appears to be the same suit. And I was talking to everyone. I said, I see this suit, this collar that's mixed up, this tie is tied in, these pants that are too long, and I admire that suit more than a Brioni. Because I see a man working so hard in it. I see someone with true passion. Someone who's working so hard in a competition because I feel like this competition might be easier than your life. I see a good man. And I see a lot of hard work. And I see you willing to do a lot more hard work too. This is probably one of the most difficult decisions that I ever had to help make in my entire life.
When I got into this, I thought it was going to be a business decision, but it's turned into much, much more of that. I love both of you guys. I respect both of you guys. I'm rooting for both of you guys. But unfortunately, only one of you guys can be my real estate protege. Jess, my number one, the person who believes in me when no one believed in me. The person who sat with me to get my real estate license, studied with me so I passed the test, who encouraged me every time everyone else out there said that I was never going to do it. What do you think?
I think I see a lot of Bryan 15 years ago in both of you, honestly. And he's a gem. He's very rare. And, from somebody who lives with him and who's been with him almost 2 decades, I know what it takes. It takes a lot to get where we are today. And he's still grinding, and I see it honestly in both of you. So I don't think a bad decision can be made. I agree. Our expectations were we weren't sure what to expect going into this. And I know that every night he comes home and he's like, wow. So, and it's hard to impress him, trust me. So I don't think you can make a bad decision. And I think no matter what happens, you guys are both gonna really go somewhere.
Andrea, you have played a flawless game. When I sat with JB, looking at all the positives, and of course, we're trying to be critical because this is the ultimate job interview. I don't know if I was able to find something that you misstepped. Manny, tonight, you are no longer a contestant. You are my real estate protege. So special.
Thank you.
You were so incredible. And if Manny was not here, you would have been ahead of every single person. I don't think there was anyone else who could have even been in your backwind. You were that amazing. But Manny, I could taste it. Just like I wake up every morning and I could still taste it. And it's like I said, I'm not hungry, I'm starving still, 13 years in this game. And I feel that with you. But you said that this happened for a reason, and it absolutely did. Because although I only gained one real estate protege, tonight I gained a friend. I really mean that. I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader. I'm gonna be rooting for you. And I truly, truly believe that you will become a top producing agent in this business. And if there's anything I can ever do for you, I'm just a phone call or a text away.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you guys.
So good to
You.
Good to meet you guys. Thank you.
It was our pleasure.
Awesome opportunity. Awesome experience.
And you crushed it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You really did.
Thanks.
Yeah, superstar now.
Thank you guys.
Came from coming to America in the washing dishes for $10 an hour and built yourself all the way up to that. And tonight, this is the next step. And no one, not even no one in this room, no one out there, no one watching this can limit what could happen now.
Thank you for the opportunity.
What does this mean to you?
It's everything. I want to call, getting back to the question that you asked me, I want to call the only person that was there and same that trusted me, that knew that I had potential, that when I fall, she would pick me up and support me. And the one that used to make fun of me, saying that I was going to be the next Bryan. Without you putting this opportunity, she always said that.
And that's
It means a lot to me.
And that's Jennifer, right? Isn't it amazing that about 2 years ago, me and you passed each other?
Speed Street.
Speed Street?
Yes.
Isn't it amazing that you caught my eyes and I caught your eyes, did we ever think in a million years that we would be sitting in JB's boardroom across from each other? And when all of Long Island wanted to be sitting right where you are, and you're sitting there, Manny. Manny, what blew my mind is just your hunger. Brother, you're just like me. We're just cut from a different cloth, but we are brothers. We really are. You know, when you told me as a waiter, what did you make on a good night?
On an amazing night, I can make up to 180, 200.
On an average night, what would you make?
It's like around 80 to 100.
$80 to $100 a night.
Yeah.
So sometimes at the end of the week, it would be what, $500?
$600.
$600.
Yeah. Before, my wife and I used to work together, so we would make more.
Yeah.
But we had a problem with a babysitter,
Mhm.
and now we just decided to take turns. And you know, she worked one shift, I worked one shift, and we get to the point where like we spoke to the manager, asked her if we could bring our daughter to the restaurant, and they allowed us.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. Like, you guys are hustlers, and that's what I love about you guys, because that's what's born within me.
Yeah.
So what Jessica and myself have decided to do is this check, Manny, this check is not a gift. This check is not a handout. This check is Jessica and myself investing in you. Because we believe in you. So this is a check for $2,500. This is a check to get you going. This is a check for you to know that I believe in you as much as you believe in yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Because I know you're going to be so successful in real estate.
Yes.
So I want you to have this, and I want you to know that if you never want to go back to waiting tables, you don't ever have to.
So man, what I like to do to ensure that you can accelerate, you're in one of the greatest hands on the planet in real estate. In addition to that, I'll be supplying you one-on-one coaching free for the next 6 months to ensure that you're able to keep progressing the way you are, because we want to see you get there and get real big.
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say that regardless of the outcome, I was definitely going to come and get coaching for you, because you are amazing.
Man, so you know, Bryan took care of you with that check. JB's giving you the 6 months training. So yesterday when we were doing the interrogation in the room, right? I remember the day before that, I think it was Tuesday, you said about the shampoo, right? Edwin sold the shampoo for $100, and you're like, $100 is a lot of money for me. I work a whole night to make $100, right? So I remembered that, and when they asked you how much money was in your bank account, you said 200. You know. So I started, you know, it's the end of the month, right? You said you have your mortgage, trying to figure out how you're gonna pay your mortgage, right? When you said that, I realized that you had to have another job too, right? So we asked you, do you do something else? And that's when you said that you served. So I realized, right, you had to either take some time off from work, or, right, you know, you're missing some income coming into the household. So when I asked you how much you would normally make a day, and you said $100, so I took off this week, I would have made $500, right? It was hard for me not to cut it there and not give you, right? You earned it. I think you came here, and I think it's deserved of you coming here and with $200 in the bank account and just enough money to maybe figure out how to make the mortgage payment at the end of the month. That's brave, man. I know you're a husband, you're a father, you have a kid on the way, right? So on behalf of Cliffco and myself, I also have a check for you, okay? It's a $1,000 check. I want you to spend $500 for the money that you missed, right? That's to recoup it. And it's $500 for whatever you choose for towards your mortgage. Go buy your daughter something, go bring them out to dinner. And something else that I want you to do, I invite you down to my office. I'm gonna have my tailor come down. I want to make you a custom suit.
Man, there's not one home seller or home buyer in Long Island that is not going to hire you with your story and your new suit from Cliffco. And you're going to crush the game, brother. Crush the game. All right, well, we got to get your monogram right there.
A little shocked, but I understand the decision that they made. It's really tough to say. I mean, Manny put his heart out on the table, and he's a good man, so I understand the decision. My life's gonna be so different, from here on out, because I know what I'm capable of. If I can go through this in 4 days, the possibilities are endless, and I just know how tough I am mentally. So it's just, nothing scares me. This was like, something that took a lot, for me to really just like come out of my comfort zone and not, care about if I looked embarrassing or whatever. So if I can get through this, then I can get through anything. No, I just want to thank Bryan and JB and Ryan and Susan and Dan and Charles for the opportunity and for being able to meet you guys. It was awesome. It's something I've been wanting to do. I've been following all of you, and I knew the minute I heard about this process, I knew I had to be a part of it.
Hi, mi amor. I got the job. I got the job. We're gonna go sell houses. I know. Hey, my love. Thank you, baby. How do you feel, baby? I know. Tell me, baby. Just been blessings after blessings. Yeah. I love you, baby. Almost. You wanna go to Olive Garden? No? Okay. Oh, okay. We're gonna go Saturday then. I love you, babe.
Love you, Mom.
Bye.
I don't care if he doesn't know a word of English. I don't care if he doesn't know anything about real estate. I don't care if he's like me, he can't read or write. Manny is special.
He is. Absolutely. You made the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
You really are. You're so special.
Thanks.
And I think you're right. You really do.
Thank you.
I honestly, there wasn't one thing you didn't crush across the whole board.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And I'm so flattered that you stopped your whole life for this, and you were here every day. And I know you have a full-time job, and you stopped that as well. So like it means the world to me. It does. And you said, well, I'm just glad that I'm on your radar. Like you're all over my radar. So just because it's not happening today doesn't mean that something in the future me and you may not do together. But like I'm like your biggest cheerleader. I really am. I'm gonna be going to bed thinking about you. When I'm up at 4 a.m, I'm gonna be rooting for you. So just know that there's always somebody giving you all that positive energy, because you have it all. You have it all. Like the way you were running through the neighborhood, putting the flyers out, the football game. I'm telling you, you have such amazing energy, and you are so special.
So just before you get out of here, I just want to say, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Same.
I can't help you as much as these guys, but your work ethic was way beyond and what any of us probably imagined. So best that I can do for you, I was speaking to JB, and myself and Cliffco would like to cover 6 months of training with JB, one-on-one training.
Awesome.
All right?
Thank you.
You got it. Absolutely.
Thank
We're gonna
you.
make you a
Absolutely.
champ. You're gonna be a killer.
Thank you.
You did amazing. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you guys.
And I'll FaceTime you early in the morning to make sure that you were up and that you were listening to this Jedi trainer.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll walk you down.
Bye, guys. Be well.
Now no more serious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
anytime that you stared at me and I had to give you a mean face back or a serious face, just know all I wanted to do was smile.
I know, yes.
But JB runs a tight ship as a director, so he made me sign a no smile policy.
Very hard.
No, I'm happy.
All right, go home, keep that
I
smile,
will.
go hug your wife, kiss your daughter if she's still up, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you
And then we'll get going hopefully in a few weeks.
Yeah, awesome.
All right,
Perfect.
Tell me, like, where did you come up with this idea? That's what I'm dying to know.
Dude, so when we did High Rise in real estate, I remember we're about to get in the car and you're like, JB, I'm looking to expand, I'm gonna grow my team. Finding good people is so difficult. And at that moment I was like, ding, because realistically speaking, if there's anyone out there with this type of personality, this type of drive, that needs to have a job interview like this legitimately, it's you. Because we need people when they come in front of you to not be able to fake anything.
Yeah.
And we saw, like in this program, like I said, all right, if we can make something where they can't fake it, then Bryan will have a team that's actually high octane, high protein, super aggressive.
And I hope when everybody watches this, they don't think that the tasks that we did weren't well thought out, planned. Every task we did either, ripped at you mentally, physically, emotionally.
Absolutely.
Like everything was well thought out, and everything came from our heart because I need somebody who is literally like myself, a robot, a machine, and can stand this business.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know what the funny thing is, you never know who it's gonna be. Because everyone can talk or get your attention, have a good interview for 5-10 minutes. This really is the strongest.
The first day looking around here, I did not pick up Manny. Maybe towards the end of the day, he even came on my radar. But there was so many really good candidates for this, and Manny, especially when I think someone told me he didn't even have a real estate license.
Yeah.
Or he just passed his real estate license.
Yeah.
If anyone knows, I am the last person who is looking to be training a brand new agent on proper protocol and how to get into one of my listings.
Yeah.
So this is really odd for me, but there was something about him. Like I fell in love with him.
Yeah. No, the guy is literally, we mentioned that this show would be something that shows that the American dream is still alive. That anyone, if they have the right passion and the right heart, can get an opportunity of a lifetime and make a huge difference. And Manny even said, "You called my name." And it's unbelievable. Yeah. Like it just really came together. I used to hate when people say it was meant to be, because I believe it was meant to be. It's because of me.
Yeah.
But he proved that. He decided it was a win, and he just is like, I'm just not going back to my old life.
I got the chills when I said that. It's so funny because I every day I grind so hard just doing my thing, not even paying attention to the outside world. And who knew that Manny was listening to, like, all the stuff that I put out there, it's literally just what's in my head. And I finally got it onto video or onto paper, if you want to talk about it like that.
Yeah.
So all the quotes, all the videos, like, that's just what's going through my like the screen of my head. So it's so funny that I'm finally getting this stuff out of my head out there to people, and somehow it grabs Manny, and he's like, Bryan, I'm here, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So it's so funny that my mental dialogue brought me such a special person.
It's unbelievable. He's your guy.
Yeah.
He's your guy. You made the right choice. In fact, I remember I was joking around with you. I was like, dude, if you don't hire him, I'm hiring him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was afraid Bryan was going to hire him. Anyone who came here, Charles, Dan, anyone who was a part of this, I was afraid I was going to lose Manny.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I mean, it's incredible. This 4 days, I felt like, like we spent over a month together.
I know, absolutely, 100%. I've never dedicated 4 days to something before. So I appreciate, one of the reasons I did this on top of everything that JB did is I like putting myself in uncomfortable positions, because I know outside the uncomfortable position is something special, and this is something special. I promise everybody who's a part of it. So I knew that 4 days of me basically, putting my life on pause. I've never even taken a 4-day vacation with my family, but I knew in my heart of heart that this is special. Thank you everybody so much for watching this. Thank you everybody so much for being a part of this. And JB, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, Bryan. Good luck to all of you. If you're watching this and you're inspired, you may not have made the Real Estate Protege, but that doesn't mean you can't make it. Get out there and work, and you'll see that you can have whatever you want in life. Bryan and I are proof of it.